Well, I mean, I want to go back to that kind of origin story as well. So you come out of the army, you're looking for. How did you come onto insurance? Do either of you have a connection to insurance, or you just did you did you discover the inefficiencies on your own? Were you a consumer and you spotted them that way? How did that come about?
So we were introduced to insurance through family. I have some family in insurance, and my co-founder have some family in insurance. But it's not necessarily that we knew we want to focus on insurance. I think the experience we had when we were looking for ideas and we looked at a few different sectors, with insurance was like, any stone you turn seems like, looks like a rabbit hole. You meet a company and it's like everything you see them do, at least in 2016, was not speaking the language that we saw in other industries of, data and digital and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And it was like a huge experience for us when we were talking to the companies and we asked them, how do you think about this risk model or that risk model? And there was just huge differences in the way things could have been done, which drove us there. And obviously, life insurance is the type of industry where data should be king. Like unlike Coca-Cola, you don't have like a secret recipe. The secret recipe is having the data, understanding the risk, coming up with better strategies around that. Mm-hmm. So bringing better data and bring better technology to analyze the data seemed like a good fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you consider looking at non-life insurance first, or is it just that the opportunity is greater for what you do within life?
So we looked at different sectors of insurance. I think what we liked about life insurance is the unit I'm coming from in the army, it was focusing on like the super special project. It was kind of a special forces type unit where each year the Israeli government picks like 5, 10, 12 initiatives where they say like these are the things we want to know about the world. And those things could be as undetailed as what's going to happen in Syria, what's going to happen in Iran post nuclear deal, mm-hmm. And things like that. And my unit was the unit that was responsible to take each one of those questions and try and unbundle this with technology, with operation, with data, and come up with the right answer for decision makers. Mm-hmm. And we were kind of tuned, that's the way we brought up, to think about the challenges that everybody tells you that they're kind of unsolvable. Because that's like, in the Minister of Defense sitting in the government and saying, what's going to happen in Syria, and nobody knows. Let's give it to that unit. Let's see if they can figure it out. Yeah. And life insurance had the same attitude. Like when you talk to companies, they said, especially 2015, 16, 17, many companies were looking at PNC, like how do you do like better telematics or, this or that, and tracking the car and tracking the driver and so on and so forth. And when you spoke to life insurance companies, they said, understanding the policyholder is just something we would never figure out. It's just not going to happen. Like, companies tried, companies failed. It's something that just won't happen. And that's like the kind of things that trigger people like us to say, if that seems like the tallest mountain, that's where we want to climb.
That's a special kind of mentality. So you're running towards the biggest fire, right? Going, that's the problem I want to solve.
There are some upsides. The upside is that for like 3-4 years, we were the only one there. Like, when we went to the first Insurtech Connect, when the event in Vegas, the first, the second, when you were looking for life insurance startups doing something beyond the acquisition of the policy, there was nobody there. Mm-hmm. And and you meet the companies and you say, okay, so you acquire the policyholder. Now what? And they say, we don't know. and then having a company that is focused on that area, mm-hmm. Created a lot of value.
Yeah.